Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we got a data download last night. Tech Golden Frieza, his full EZA has been added into the database. Now with, Tech Golden Frieza's EZA being added to the database, we know the full sort of data behind him. We'll be able to see how good he is, in events and stuff like this. I think Tech Golden Frieza, his EZA is really, really good. I mean, we could first just start with his leader skill. Tech 3 key and 120% of stats. That's crazy for what is an old unit. You could probably make the case that Golden Frieza has got like the best, like just tech leader skill. Like, 120% to both extreme and super tech, and then 3 key, very good. Okay, so he's at, 1.69 million right there, right away. That's not bad. Now, Tech Golden Frieza, the one thing about him is it'll be a bit hard to optimize him in that, like, so he has Universe's Most Malevolent, which is a 15% attack link, which really, like, many normal sort of Frieza race category members are going to have. Angel Golden Frieza, for example, has that. Also, he has Fierce Battle, a pretty common one that a lot of other units are going to have. But then he's also got stuff like Resurrection F and Super God Combat, which those are only going to be activated if he's linked up with, like, the Resurrection F, Blue Goku, and Blue Vegeta. And you take a look at his category teams: Revived Warriors, Movie Bosses, Full Power, Transformation Boost, and Wicked Bloodline, and he's not going to have those units in any of those categories. I mean, maybe if they made like a base form Goku that transformed into Blue from the Resurrection F movie, at that point, sure. But right now, that these links just aren't going to be activated with Frieza on any sort of relevant team. So keep that in mind. Now, one of the big buffs about this Frieza, right, is he now has 80% damage reduction when HP's 50% or above. Really, before I would focus on this unit primarily as a defensive unit anyway. And what they did was they greatly increased his defensive abilities, right? Like he still has an 80% attack. It was 70% before EZA. Now it's 80%. He gets the damage reduced by 80% also when HP is above 50%. Then he gets 50% extra attack, and he reduces damage received by 50% when HP falls below 49% or below. So that's going to be very, very good right there. For like Super Battle Road, this guy's going to be one of the best units in the game that you can use because he's always going to have at least 50% damage reduction. And then, of course, once you fall below 50% health, he's going to have that really, really good sort of attack buff. So, he's going to work very, very well in a lot of situations, right? Now, another thing to talk about with him is he is on 5 categories. And it's 5 real category teams, by the way. Like, Revived Warriors already has a Super Battle Road stage, which I would consider one of the easiest, of the category stages, right? So that's not really that big of a deal, but, whenever you might use the Revived Warrior team, you have a ridiculous defensive unit. Okay, so this will be a pretty good rotation right here. We have Metal Cooler giving the extra 30% attack. Along with, Angel Golden Frieza having, Universe's Most Malevolent as well as Fierce Battle. So up to 1.97. So we're easily going to get over a 2 million attack stat. Now, I'm sure there's probably going to be some people out there who is like, oh, he's only going to get to like, I don't know, like 2.2, 2.3 million or something like that. But he's at those numbers, and he's also reducing damage by 80% most of the time. So, I mean, this guy's ridiculous. He's great. He's fantastic. He is definitely one of my favorite EZAs. I would have him right up there. And again, the point I was making before, he's on 500 fucking category teams. Like, he's on so many teams where he can help. Movie Bosses. When that gets an official Super Battle Road stage, now this guy is going to be dominating it. He is going to be so good on that stage. Because, that stage, I feel like that stage is going to be, like, easy borderline at this point. With some of the units you've got, Turles, you have LR Broly, LR Bojack, you have the Beerus rotation. Just very, very exceptional. A very, very strong team. Now, then we look at Full Power. I mean, Full Power, again, same thing, has many, many really, really good units. So, it'll be very interesting to see sort of, like how that team is going to work, how this Frieza might work on that team. Then, of course, we have the, enhanced transformation team. Same thing, like this Frieza could be very solid on both full power and the enhanced transformation team. I like, his defensive role on both of those. But again, the big thing, okay, so Kid Buu does not have his full passive active. That's a very important thing right here. So this is going to be basically the same attack stat that we saw coming from, the metal cooler. So yeah, the 1.97. So, with Kid Buu's full passive, he will be able to get up over a 2 million attack stat. So that will be very, very good. Now, also, the last category team he's on, of course, is the Wicked Bloodline team. So this Frieza, again, we're talking so many different teams where you're going to be able to utilize this guy. Like, I think the Wicked Bloodline team already could handle Super Battle Road pretty well. But now, I mean, with this Frieza on it, it's going to be crazy. Because, like, AGL Metal Cooler does very, very well on Super Battle Road. LR Metal Cooler does very well on Super Battle Road. A lot of those units are just outstanding over there. And now you're not really going to have much issue whatsoever. I should add that, so right, there was a data download last night, right? Usually I do like a video, sort of breaking down everything that's in the data download, but the data download was very, very small last night. All we had was, this Tech Golden Frieza's EZA, and then of course we also had the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Awakening from the SR Gohan, from the BoJack story event. That is going to get a revamp. So, it'll be, nice to see. Okay, so this is interesting. Frieza will be able to tank this Spirit Bomb. 80% damage reduction, he definitely can. So with this Golden Frieza on the team and on rotation, this Goku is not really too much of a threat right here to actually like one-shot or anything like that. So that's very, very good. Now, okay, so the Gohan, right? That Super Saiyan 2 Gohan got his Awakening. He's an interesting unit. I'll have a video for him coming out not too much later. Again, the Gohan is interesting. I mean, he's a free-to-play unit. He could be useful maybe on, like, again, if you're going to take, like, a Hybrid Saiyan team for Prime Battle, sure, at that point, I think, he could be quite interesting. But how do I put this? They did exactly what I don't like, which is where they made his passive, one of these passives that he needs to get so many different, like certain situational things to happen that he's not as good as he could have been. Also, it's only the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that was in the data outside of Tech Golden Frieza. There are, like, remember I talked about that Trunks from the BoJack movie? He was in there, but he's only a boss unit in this story event, which is very, very boring. I mean, the fact that he was added in, maybe we could see a banner at some point. I was thinking we probably would see a banner. They still could drop like a Double Raids banner on us, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any new units probably until Golden Week, because JP has been moving very, very fast in 2019. So what I'm thinking we're going to get is probably nothing after this Gohan and the Tech Golden Frieza EZA, and then for Golden Week we'll probably get a ton of stuff. I mean, maybe it could potentially be like a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Dokkan Fest or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, like, the story event, right, has, like, very, very suspicious timing getting its revamp right now. So, like, I very much could see, again, like, a Gohan Dokkan Fest arriving for Golden Week. Like, my guess was, I was saying, like, LR Golden Frieza. That's the other thing, too. Again, I think, like, a Golden Frieza unit could be very, very likely for Golden Week as well, because it would make a lot of sense. Something that Dokkan has done a lot, where, they'll give, like, the EZA to Golden Frieza. He's ridiculous now. An absolute beast, right? But then, the other thing they do is they then drop an even better unit. Like, they did this with AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku's EZA, and then afterwards, we ended up getting, the LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, I definitely could see a very similar situation occurring here for whatchamacallit, for the Frieza, like, you know, an LR Golden Frieza. I also think that would be hype. Like, I do think that does merit a slot on Golden Week. You know, the Super Saiyan, like, well, no, LR Golden Frieza. I also think a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Dokkan Fest would. Probably not a Bojack Dokkan Fest, would probably not be good enough for Golden Week. But again, I do think both a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Dokkan Fest as well as LR Golden Frieza could be cool. And again, with a Gohan Dokkan Fest, it would be very easy. He could just be a transforming unit, right? Like, you know, a Super Saiyan Gohan that transforms. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and see Frieza with his full passive active. We also have Kid Buu on the rotation, but remember, he's only giving the 30% attack. And then, of course, we do have, like, Universe's Most Malevolent and Fierce Battle active. So this will definitely be the best rotation that we've seen this Golden Frieza at. So what numbers is Golden Frieza going to get? 2.44. So in a very critical situation, he's going to look very good. I'm impressed. Thanks, guys, for watching. There's Golden Frieza. He comes out tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys next time.